Greetings, fellow mayors. This is Captain Obvious, and welcome back to OrganiCity. In this episode, we are going to build a double trumpet interchange on the base of a mountain slope. So using the parallel road tool, it is still necessary to smoothen the terrain out. So you can't just build. So for example, if I made this right now, you can see that it is uneven, right? It is definitely not smooth, so you want to fix this, but you don't want to flatten it. So what I'll use is the slope terrain tool. So I will start from here, right click, and then left click where you intend to stop. Okay, so there it's not completely flat because it's still sloped. Right, and now I can build my interchange. So when we take a closer look, it is much smoother than it was before. So I'm going to create a double trumpet interchange, and you want to at least have an idea on what direction it's going to go. So for here, I want to completely remove this because look at that, it's just a little too steep, right? And I want to build something here, but this whole highway is in the way, so I want the trumpet to go in that direction, and then we'll have another one to go here. So I'm going to delete this whole thing, and we're just going to reconfigure its location. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead and create our first trumpet. So looking at that direction, I will start here, and we're gonna have an elevation of 7.5, which is the minimum to go over an initial road. Okay, there we are. Now we're going to be working with a slope here, right? And I want this to rotate. I'm starting out with a flat surface, then I'm going to use the slope tool, right click, and then I'm going to select here. Then we're just going to smooth it out that way. Then going back to our highway, and use the curve tool, turn, and then drop it to the ground. Next, we can just simply make it turn in. Then I'm going to create my other direction, and I want it to go there. Here we will simply mirror what we did from the left side by first flattening the top part of the slope, then using the slope terrain tool to curve slope to the main highway. When creating interchanges, it is always much more visually pleasing when the roads are grounded with minimal number of bridges. The only bridge that we have are going over roads, while everything else are grounded on a slope. Okay, then from here, I need this to connect together, and we need to create a crossover. When connecting these two roads together, I consciously avoid creating straight roads. It is always much more aesthetically pleasing to have slight curves, so try to keep that in mind. Furthermore, when building interchanges such as a stack interchange or a cloverleaf, try not to design them to look like a small letter T. Instead, try to curve your interchanges where it would appear more like an italicized small letter X. With this technique, your interchanges would look much more realistic and natural. Here we need another road to connect the two trumpets together, and I am creating an underpass to do so. For the most part, I completely avoid creating tunnels or using subways. I enjoy watching the activities around the city, so I make certain that absolutely everything is created above ground. It's a personal challenge that I've been doing since Cities Skylines 1 that I carry over to Cities Skylines 2. And so far, the outcome of my cities with everything above ground is visually stunning. And slowly yet surely, I can see other fellow mayors and content creators follow suit by having less tunnel utilizations. Nevertheless, of course, we are the original, the first to do so, and the only one committed to absolutely no tunnel use. I think all of us can agree that creating vanilla interchanges in Cities Skylines 2 is much more enjoyable than in vanilla Cities Skylines 1. We are still, however, missing the slope road tool and advanced road options in Cities Skylines 1 mods to manually upgrade roads to grounded, elevated, or with retaining walls, which should have been available in vanilla Cities Skylines 2. However, they have been quite busy with optimizing the game, so it's completely understandable why they cannot add these new features. Mod support will also be one of their priorities in 2024, so Cities Skylines 2 is indeed improving. All we need to do now is to delete the old roads and connect our double trumpet to the city and outside connections. These road directions are not final, I am simply connecting them together. Then in the future, I can consider the appropriate final routes for our highways. If you are new to the channel or to the OrganiCity series, I am also compiling an Interchange collection, so if you haven't already and are interested on more Interchange builds or the progress of OrganiCity, which is an organized and organic city, then feel free to follow and hit that like button. Until then, this is Captain Obvious, thank you for watching and have a pleasant day.